Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and in this video we're going to be checking out the Phenyx Pro in-ear monitoring system to see if this is a worthy alternative for your musicians or maybe even singers. So we're going to open it up, hook it up to the X32, and then test it out to see what it's all about. So let's go ahead and cut over to the overhead and let's check it out. Alrighty, so in full disclosure, they actually sent me this, but the opinions are mine. They're gonna find out about this video the exact same time that y'all are. So let's go ahead and open this up. Do I have it backwards? Yes, I do. Just like all the other stuff, folks, this is going to be listed down below in the description, but this is the PTM-22 model. It comes with 4 hit packs and the transmitter unit. Receiver unit. Let's zoom out just a little bit. All right, so we have our manual. Got a little warranty card. Really straightforward with everything. Now I need to think, do I have enough batteries for this? But antenna, 2 antennas, the actual receiver unit. Now I already have a ministry that I'm gonna give this to, so I'm excited about that, but I will be testing this out for a little bit first. And you never know, I might be able to see if I can get some hands-on with the ministry. And we haven't done anything on Bless This House channel in a minute. Oh, yay, it comes with batteries. So you never know, we might be able to feature them. So we got a power block here. Yay for some batteries. Set those aside. We have, it looks like an extension for the antenna, which I do like. And it almost looks like these are replacements that would go on the inside of this. If it is, that's awesome. Especially, I just had an issue with one of our AV equipment. Somebody broke the headphone jack, so that's going to be a pain to replace. And yeah, these are actually, well, we got some feet here. We have some in-ear monitors right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We have some screws, and honestly, I think these are replacement antennas, or they're extensions. I think they're extensions mainly because they would snap onto the back of these, and then you can have these extend over. So let's just put this right here. We only need 1 to test that out. These are the ears for rack mounts. So if you put this in an AV rack, I have an AV rack right here where my X32 is, but I don't have enough space for it. But if I did, I would mount one of these. And we have the actual pack here. All right, let's zoom in and check this out. Waiting for the ambulance or whatever, the fire truck to go past. All right, so feels really light, and you got a clip on the back, small little antenna. You have your headphone jack here, your on and off power and volume, and looks like it comes off this way. Yeah, so the batteries go right there. And there's an IR sensor right here, which I'm assuming, based on what I've dealt with these before, this is how, if you want to change the channel, you would align this up and it would beam the new configuration for if you did a different channel. All right, so let's zoom out here and let's set this aside. And we don't need a lot of these. I'm only going to do 2 of these, because I'm gonna hook this up to my board so y'all can actually hear what's coming out from here. So let's set this aside. Now, if we look at the unit itself, we have outputs inputs right here, so left and right, and looks like these are going directly to each channel for each antenna. So two headphones going, I mean, two in-ear monitors going to each channel. So channels A and B. I wish this was XLR because that's the cables that I have, but hey, we'll figure it out. And then here in the front, there's the IR sensor that I was telling you about if you want to change the channel, overall volume for the channels and everything. So it doesn't look like, now maybe I'm being too detailed. Typically, when I've used this, I'm thinking headphones. I would want each individual channel to be able to be controlled. And here you have two. You only have two channels, A and B. So for this, you would probably want to have, I mean, I guess you could daisy chain these out if you wanted to go to more stuff. But for example, when you're using this, whoever has whatever is on channel A and B, they would have to be listening to the same thing. So you have the packs on A, both of them would hear the same thing in here. Well, technically, I guess you don't have to do that. Never mind, forget that. We'll hook it up and test everything out. All right, so let's go ahead and hook up the antennas. Spin that around. And I'm gonna have to move this so that it is closer. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if I can hook this up to my Rodecaster Pro, and these would be like headphones. And then I can use my 1/4 inch out into that. I might actually try that instead. That would be easier for y'all to hear what's going on. Because the idea would be is I would have the phones coming out and plugged into one of the jacks, like right, what you're hearing me right now. I'm on the Rodecaster, the Rode Wireless. That's how y'all are hearing me right now. And I have that plugged in. So what I could do is send audio into this, plug this into my ATEM or my whatever that's capturing audio. That way you could hear what's actually coming from here. Now, there's a whole lot more configuration that you could do with this if you wanted to set this up, but I would ask you to check out and refresh yourself with the video that I did when I was talking about how to set up a separate mix. That's how this would work. And I think I have a cable that I can hook this up to my X32 so we can simulate something like that. All right, let's give it some power and then we're gonna switch over and then hook everything up and then we'll test it out. Alrighty folks, so I didn't have enough cables to do everything, so I only have one channel hooked up, so I'm gonna have to figure out which one is which. But I do have everything connected over here to, my X32. I have this being routed out as an output, so that way we'll be able to simulate. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit back at my desk and I'm gonna disconnect this and connect my, one of the units to the ATEM directly. So you'll be hearing the audio coming from this. And we'll just walk through a simple configuration of how this will work. And I'll make sure I play some music that I'm allowed to, so that way we can hear and simulate. So let's go ahead and cut over to the computer. Alrighty, so I am here and it looks like I moved my camera, but so let's go ahead and disconnect my Rode Wireless here. Let's go ahead and turn this off. All right, so we got these turned off, and now I'm gonna have this unit. Well, I need to find out which unit is which first, but we're gonna connect this and make sure it's picking up on the right channel. So we'll just go ahead and turn this on. And this says it's 6.1. So this one is actually channel B. So let me disconnect this, and we're going to hook this up to the, well, let me disconnect this, and then I'm going to switch it over to the other channel. All right, so we went ahead and plugged that in. Now I'm going to plug this into my ATEM. So now that's going to be audio number 2. So we're going to route that in. All right, now let's go ahead and go to the desktop real quick. And what we're going to do is let's open up the X32 app, and we want to show you how to simulate all of this stuff and send the audio right. This is routing. So I thought I had my computer plugged into, oh, yes, I do. I have it right here. So that's where my PC is coming in. So let me play some audio. All right, so I have my phone hooked up and we're playing some music through Epidemic Sound, if I can even speak. All right, so let's go over here. Let's make sure, as you can see, we have audio that's coming through right now. Now, what we want to do is a simple way of routing this into our audio, and I need to be mindful before I start doing this. I need to make sure I separate the audio. We want to come over here to routing. And I have this going into aux out number 1. So we're going to go to our aux out. And right now this is set as an input. I'm going to change this to mix number 8, which I don't have anything right now. All right. So now that we have this, let's go to mix number 8. Let's turn this up. Into what's being sent to that mix. And now for number 8, let's turn that up. So you should definitely be hearing something right now. So that's coming in from there. That's how that will route. So I'm only doing that temporarily because, again, I don't want to blow out your ears. And actually, let me put some headphones on so I may be able to hear what's going on. All right. So let's go ahead and bring that up one more time, and I'm going to cut my audio, and we're going to cut back over to what's coming through the in-ear system. So again, that is loud, but I'm going to be able to adjust that with the volume knob on the in-ear unit. And my apologies, I actually had it turned all the way up. So let's turn it up a little bit. All right, so that's what's coming through. So just like if you're using this, no matter what type of mixer that you're using in this situation, I have mine set to a specific bus. So like, again, if I turn this off and say you have your mics, and I'm gonna go to 17 to 32 because I'm not using those. Say that these are your choir mics, we could come into this separate mix and say, oh, we want this to be, and I just do 0 because it's easier to do it. I would set all of these mics to be on, and then that is what's gonna go into that mix. So that's the only thing that's gonna be heard inside of this. And like I do at my church, say that these last 3 channels are talkback mics of the musicians talking to each other so you can hear. You could bring these up as well too. And then the only people who are going to hear them are going to be the ones that are going into that mix. Now you got to make sure that they're off everywhere else. But right now, just like you heard the music, the only thing that's going to come in is going to be whatever I pick. So now with these in-ears, you could have the choir, you can have a background track, you can have the musicians, you can have whoever talking, and they're the only ones that are going to be able to hear it. And again, I am using the X32, but the concepts are exactly the same. You would plug the Phenyx Pro into an aux out, a sub mix, whatever you want to call it, route the specific audio to it, and then that's what comes through. So it's kind of hard to demonstrate this without me playing music and stuff like that through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and switch back over to just the audio coming from this and let you hear what it sounds like playing some, hopefully it's Christmas music. I don't know. But let's go ahead and cut over and then have nothing but that audio coming through for y'all to hear. that's about it. Let me know if you have any other questions about this. Thank you, Phenyx Pro, for sending this out. Really simple. Just make sure you have the right cables. These are 1/4 inches. Now, I am plugging into just left and right, so that would simulate what's going on in the left and right if you wanted to split channels like that. And you have channel A and channel B, so both of them could run something completely different. So in my setup, say I want to have, you only got 2 people in the praise team, you can have one audio just going to them and then something else going to somebody else, whether it be musicians or vice versa. So, or you can actually have this be with a speaker and you just have it in their ear. So now instead of making some big announcements and stuff like that, you can just talk into a talkback that's routed just to them, and they'll be able to hear it, be like, hey, cut it short, you're kind of talking too long, or hey, the speaker is not here yet, please stall for a little bit more time. Anything like that. So it's not necessarily just for music, but it's an in-ear monitoring system. So instead of having a speaker, you have it right in your ear. So link is down below. If you're interested in getting one of them, let me know if you have any other questions. We're going to be holding on to this for a little bit. And again, we are going to be donating this to another ministry, and I'll take you along when we configure everything like that. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. We'll catch you on the next video.